I'm Cliff Curtis, also known as Stabby Organs, Canadian hip-hop artist, cook, food enthusiast, and travel aficionado. Join the ride as I eat, drink, and assimilate in hopes to unearth novelty found around the globe. Perhaps I'll even stop to talk food, rhymes, and life with a few local artists along the way.
Put my bags in the truck, birds at the call, tin of sardines on the living room floor. Can't breathe, my canteen's lost. Haven't seen water in the last 3 stops. Turn campaign fodder for scatterbrain fox. Latter-day Saint running with an out-of-date cause. Meditate to eradicate flaws, making barricade jump when the saddlebags on. I'm gone. My love ain't so, your heart ain't gold. Yeah, that's for sure. You make me wanna go. I can't stay home. No, I can't stay home. I was born on the road.
Istanbul, city of 2 continents, East meets West, Eurasian in the truest sense of the word. This alone should be enough to pique the interest of any self-respecting gastronomic vulture with the will to circle down and pick the culinary remains of the once mighty Ottoman Empire, respectfully of course. Stemming from its unique geographic location and close proximity to trade routes, Turkish cuisine has been able to draw influence from a vast array of sources. Central Asian, Anatolian, Iranian, and Mediterranean delicacies to name a few. For me, the fascination was near instantaneous. The late great Tony Bourdain characterized it as something pheromonal, describing his feeling when touching down in Vietnam for the first time. I had the pleasure of briefly visiting Istanbul a year prior, and this time upon my arrival, my heart fluttered in disbelief, besotted with the fact that the universe had permitted my safe return. It's the early mornings in Istanbul that I find particularly enchanting, especially those in which you can see your own breath, with little old ladies wrapped securely in headscarves, remarkably well-nourished stray cats confidently perusing narrow alleyways, street vendors preparing for the morning rush, and seemingly every living soul and their mothers sipping hot tea from oddly shaped glass vessels. However, beyond the reach of my gratuitous amblings lies something intangible, something I endeavor to quantify by the end of this journey. Moreover, let's go find some breakfast. So I love mornings in Istanbul. I prefer to take my breakfast out on the street and just watch the morning go by. On mornings when I'm up early. Today they've given me too much food. So if you're not going to go for the full Turkish breakfast, you have a couple of options. You can either go the bakery route, or you can go the more, I don't want to say traditional route, but you can go the restaurant route and get something like this. Now here we've got the shakshuka, it's called, and we've got some sunny side up eggs with eggplant, a tomato sauce with peppers. We've got a goat cheese that's a blue cheese, and then some of this excellent bread to go with it also. So let's give this a shot here. Those eggs are beautifully done. And you can get these nice little pastries. If I didn't mention, the bakers here in Turkey are awesome. You get these little pastries that are almost like sausage rolls. We've got ground minced beef on the inside, beautiful flaky pastry on the outside. You get them filled with cheese also. Or if you want to go a different route, they've got this, let me get the right piece for you here. They've got something cool here which I've never seen before, which is some type of a pasta with some greens, some feta cheese, and a little bit of flaky pastry on the outside. So pastry and pasta, you wouldn't think those necessarily go together. They go together pretty well, especially with the feta cheese. And of course, no Turkish breakfast would be complete without the ubiquitous tea that you serve with every meal in every situation of the day, no matter where you go. I prefer it in the little traditional shaped cups that they normally have, but when you get a big one, sometimes we'll give a regular cup. And then I think it's traditional here in Turkey to take your coffee after breakfast. So I'll be doing that as well. I'll be getting myself a nice Turkish coffee.
I met up with university student Cihat and his girlfriend Melissa for the previously mentioned traditional full Turkish breakfast and some good conversation at a charmingly quaint small hideaway overlooking the Bosphorus Strait. A full Turkish breakfast is something quite decadent by nature. I feel like a younger George R.R. Martin describing Daenerys Targaryen's adventure to the Far East in A Dance with Dragons, an opulent spread of mezes plated individually, different varieties of olives and cheeses, marmalades, honey with clotted cream, sausages, cured meats, breads, colorful salads, the list goes on and on.
I like the tea culture in Turkey.
Yeah.
Just tea everywhere, all the time. Everyone's drinking tea.
Yeah, we drink tea all the time. I mean, I'm not prefer it too much, but for example, my family, they're drinking tea in any time.
Any
in the
situation.
day. Yeah. Just tea.
Is this menemen?
Yeah, it's menemen.
Yeah,
Yeah. And this is muhlama. Probably you should eat it before it gets cold.
Muharla.
Muhlama. Yeah.
Mulama.
Muhlama. Yeah. And do you want me to put it to?
Sure. What is it?
It's butter and lots of cheese.
Oh, wow. Well, who doesn't like butter and cheese? It seems to me Turkey's got one of the best breakfast cultures.
Yeah.
Like the breakfast here. I mean, look at this. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my country has very boring food.
Oh yeah, the
Canada? Yeah. Because we're a new country, so we don't have our own like food identity, you know?
Yeah.
Like older countries, they have thousands of years of tradition and figuring out all these classic traditional dishes, and then Canada's just a British colony from like 150 years ago or something like that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
It's probably the reason for it. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's because like a 1,000 years people are doing this thing and developing it day by day.
Yeah.
So you need some time for developing that.
Exactly. Like I think Canada will have interesting food 200 years from now because they have all of these different immigrants coming in and bringing their food styles to Canada, but it hasn't like formed its own identity yet.
Yeah, maybe it's become more hybrid culture.
Yeah.
Canada as a food culture.
Yeah.
It can develop.
Yeah.
Just go.
I love cats. Only when they're trying to take the food.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cats on the street in Istanbul, huh?
They're even. Oh. Just steal it.
I wish. Too bad that it's not on the camera.
Yeah.
I wish I would. Is it quite expensive to go to university in Turkey or in general, or is a lot of it like paid for by the government, or is it quite expensive?
For the private colleges,
Yeah.
it depends. Some of them are extremely cheap, but most of them don't count these universities as good universities.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, our university is quite expensive for the most of the people.
Yeah.
Really expensive. Yeah.
But that's considered like a really good school that you're going to.
We believe it's the best. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah,
So expensive.
it's like a 500k, like it's
Yes.
500k for a year, Turkish liras.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the calculation in my mind.
17,000 euros.
Or euro, yeah, dollars,
More like
euros
euros,
is similar. Yeah. Okay, so very similar to Western countries in that way. Then it's if you want to go to the top schools, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
My life just to talk about it. Oh, you single file just to talk about it. No, don't live my life just to talk about it. Oh, I'm sick of standing. If you can't relate to these words, that don't mean that I'ma hate yours. It just means I feed my tapeworm. Little bit more and see what occurs. Deep sea diving east to Koh Lanta. Feast your eyes on those mantas. You'd be surprised if fast seas arise if you heat the sky with both hands up. Breathe deep, swimming in the ether, seeping in my pores, get absorbed in a feature. Heat score with the horns of a preacher. Trees up in a foot, I explore synesthesia. Green, yellow, dreaming in color. Deep brain puddles through a DNA funnel. Seed, petals, heat from the middle. Carpe diem as I'm seized in the present. I'm free as your pedal, put keys in a rental. It's easy to speed, so I need my antenna. Cook seasonal greens, put sheep with the fennel. I'ma eat what I please, secrete in a venom. Sow seeds, genes in a denim. Keys to a sweet, unleashing the devil. Evergreen to the settling. Medellin rebel, better let it breathe for the game freeze. No, don't live my life just to talk about it. Oh, you live your life just to talk about it. No, won't live my life just to talk about it. Oh, you sick of standing. No, won't live my life just to talk about it. Oh, you single file just to talk about it. No, don't live my life just to talk about it. Oh, I'm sick of standing.
So yeah, this is a unique spot for Istanbul, huh? You say there's not really too much like this around here?
Yeah.
Beautiful view.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite spots. I don't know. It's quite a good spot. You know, there you can see so many green things. You know, all the forests. You know, the old sculptures. You can see a couple of the mosques in the Asia part. I don't know. These parts are kind of antique places.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you notice some of the buildings and architectures.
Oh, they're holding torches there, like the Olympics almost, right?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what's going on there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it's an interesting spot. I was saying earlier how I thought this was a hipster spot. Like, it's, I think it's a lot of like young people with money here. Basically, is like the clientele. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. Maybe you said the hipster thing because of the bartender. Because
it reminds me of like hipster spots in Canada or something like that for sure.
Yeah.
But no, even the like, I think that like a hipster scene can definitely be affluent young people as well. Like that's kind of what hipsters tend to be. So I mean, that's cool. It's a different look. Being outside of like Taksim, I do like the Taksim area. I feel. Would you say it's like? Is it a good like sample of Istanbul, or is it like you would say that it's irregular, or is it kind of a condensed version of Istanbul, like in one spot, or is that incorrect?
The Taksim is more like a touristic side of the Istanbul. Everyone knows Taksim because it is what it is. It's like an ancient street. But I cannot say that the Taksim is the how do you say it? Summary of the Istanbul. I cannot say that. But
So-
I can say that the Istanbul is the summary of Turkey. Maybe I can say that.
Yeah, that's what I had heard. At least food-wise, anyways, you get a little
Yeah.
bit of everything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's the same like culture-wise as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel many different Turkish cultures, subcultures
Yeah.
in Turkey. Istanbul's different area.
We're surrounded by young people of Istanbul. I'm curious, like, what role religion plays in like the younger culture of Turkey in general. Like, is it? I'm guessing it's not as strong as with the older generation, but fill me in.
I believe that we are separated. I mean, for example, I cannot encounter with religious younger generation that much. I'm not seeing them that much because, for example, our universities mostly secular people, and even though they have non-secular religious parents, they're becoming more Western and secular people during that time. But the religious younger generation is, we cannot say that they don't exist. There are many of them too. But as I said, we are here, they are there, they are there. We are just like a different spots we are hanging around.
Do you think Turkey is a very nationalistic country?
I don't think so. Yeah, actually, maybe there is some people, but yeah, they just feel excited to feel Turkey is a international country.
Well, every country does to a certain
Yeah.
degree, for sure.
Yeah. But we get too excited, yeah. Turkey mentioned, blah blah.
Well, it's a great country, reason to be proud, I would say.
Yeah.
I like it here. So. Taksim, the jump-off point for many an Istanbul first-timer, and with the exception of Taksim Street itself, a garish commercial monstrosity and home to many of your favorite parasitic lifestyle conglomerates, it's actually filled with a lot of funky little bars and restaurants, perfect for a day out. Okay, I'm currently in the Taksim district of Istanbul, and I want to try to find some lunch. So, they have these great, what I would consider to be like the Turkish version of a cantina here, where you get a whole bunch of different options of different stuff. You throw it on the tray and go sit down and eat it. And I'm gonna go look for one of those because they always seem to be a satisfying lunch for a good price. Okay. So, when having lunch in Turkey, I like to come to these little cantinas. You get a choice of all these different delicious foods. And I've got a chickpea soup and some type of a sausage thing here. We'll sit down and eat. Do you have yogurt? Yogurt? Ah! Maybe this one? Yeah. Thank you. So we have a chickpea soup, some type of a sausage dish and some type of a yogurt dish. So we'll just try all these things real quick here and see how they are. So first I tried the chickpea soup. That's delicious. The flavor of the chickpeas really comes through in a great way. I think it's mixed with some kind of a tomato base. Delicious, simple, homey soup. We've got here sausage. It's got some really nice herbs and spices in there. And then I'm not sure what this is. It's either potato or noodles or something. I'm not sure. They're like French fries, like soggy French fries. That's interesting. It's good. Then the best yogurt in the world is Turkish, despite what the Greeks tell you. Sorry, Greeks. This one's with mint. Mint and something going on, really good. We've got some beautiful bread that you get at all these type of cantinas. Good for dipping in the different foods. Class. So I got all this and a can of Coke for under $6 Canadian. So for any Americans watching, that's like less than $5. This is just a great option for lunch. I think this is kind of like it's a cheaper option. It's your everyday option. Yeah, you get a great selection of different options here. They're all really homey tasting, like home cooked food. It's really nice, cheap, delicious, fills you up, and the bread is great. So yeah, if you come to Turkey, definitely give these little cantinas a shot for your lunch. Don't need to go to fancy restaurants all the time. Hopped a quick flight to the mid-sized town of Kayseri, best known for its production of fine Turkish rugs. But as you might have guessed, now entering my late 30s, I'm generally more interested in the food than any fine carpet, regardless of the purveyor's upstanding reputation. So I've ordered a kofte here. I'm in a small town of Kayseri in mid-Turkey, midland Turkey. And for about $10 here, I've got this whole spread. So I've got some beautiful bulgur wheat. It's flavored. I've got this ridiculous kofte, which kofte is traditionally a mix of ground lamb and ground beef. And this one is really like extra succulent. It's really an amazing flavor on this one. I've got this whole big thing of delicious Turkish flatbreads that I'm dipping in an interesting tomato salsa that has a taste of aniseed, giving it a little bit of a slight licoricey flavor. Then, also on the table here, we've got these excellent pickled chilies, which I love these. They're everywhere in Turkey. They're absolutely delicious. A little bit of spice. Then we've got this great salad here. It's beautiful red fresh tomatoes, parsley, type of a mid-spicy chili, cucumber, and lemon juice. And he puts some more of that sauce that I think has the aniseed. And then we've got this little side dish of it's onions, parsley, sprinkled with sumac. And that's another common side dish here in Turkey. You see it in quite a lot of different places. I can't get enough of this flatbread, but as it should be, the actual star of the show is the kofte itself. It's really nice. This is my first meal outside of Istanbul, and yeah, the value's crazy outside of Istanbul. This is not a touristy town at all. I'm here on like a 2-day layover kind of rest before I go to Cappadocia and check out some rock formations.
What do you want?
I want to know what the gods have in store.
The gods desire you to have a great future. I see that. But they can withdraw their goodwill at any time.
To have this great future, must I challenge the law?
You must convince the gods to alter the rules so they work in your favor. But the laws of men are far below the workings and shapings of the gods.
Try and have the time of my life. Tired of playing both sides. Won't subscribe to your lies.
This is kitchen. This is the main kitchen. Now they can also cook in the rooms, but this is main. No worries, they are making jokes. So as you see, there is a hole over there, so smoke can go out. Here also tandoori, and we are understanding this is kitchen because of the color. Color is different. As he said, this part is extended, and there has to be like this part, and it can collapse. When we have earthquake in here, we don't have any big earthquake in here. It's safe place in this region. Middle Anatolia is safe. Yeah, there is nothing collapsing now because this material of the tufa, volcanic ash, it's flexible, and nothing is coming down, nothing is collapsing, nothing happening in underground cities. Also, the temperature is always same in here. If the weather is minus 14 outside, the temperature is same in here, 13, 15 degrees. If people are living inside, it can be 17, 18 degrees. But that's why we use it as a deep freeze, the fridge. So this can be another entrance. This underground city has 4 different entrances. Yeah, all of them are on the top. When we go out, I will show you 3 of them. Yeah? So they are coming from top to down when they see the enemy. So that means there also has to be a watchtower. The soldier, they are watching it, and there is a communication holes in here, so they are communicating from the holes. This is tandoori. You guys probably know tandoor. Yeah, we are cooking. They are cooking. Yeah, here, but they are always cooking at night. Yeah, once a day, because smoke can reveal your place and location, so the enemies can come and see you. But this is the reason. They are putting the foods over here with the pots like that. Yeah, firing from here. But that's why, and they are making it under the ventilation shaft. But some of the underground cities, they are making nearby the tunnel, so the smoke can go through the tunnel.
So I'm here in the Cappadocia region of Turkey, and we're here checking out some rock formations and This is an ancient monastery as well. It's also the place in which George Lucas got his inspiration for some of the scenes in Star Wars. I think, you know, the ones with that look like this, basically. I think maybe with Wookiees and stuff like that. I haven't seen it in a long time. I can't remember. But we're having unseasonably warm weather here. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here. We're being spoiled, so really cool to check this stuff out. And happy to go back to town and get my eat on because I'm loving this Turkish food.
About 8 months prior to my arrival, southeastern Turkey was rocked with a 7.8 earthquake, killing over 50,000 people. The city of Gaziantep was one of those affected.
So here in this region of Turkey is where they were hit with the earthquake last year, in the southeast, near the border of Syria. But having a look around, I haven't seen any evidence of it so far. So I guess that means that they've recovered pretty well, or there's like some part of the city that was hit particularly hard that I haven't been to. I'm not sure. But to me, it looks like it's recovered quite well, and you would never know by passing through that there was any type of a natural disaster that hit last year. There's something going on here. As you can hear the old school Soviet type anthem bumping in the background here. There's some political or some type of celebration is going on here, man. I don't really know what's up. But it's a nice sunny day out here. We'll document, we'll eat, we'll have a good time. This area is actually known as the breadbasket of all of Turkey. Gaziantep is known for its food, so I'm actually really excited to check it out because if it's the best in Turkey, everything I've had so far has been excellent. So I'm gonna go try to find something. It's known for its meat apparently, so I'll be eating a lot of meat while I'm here. So I know what it is now. They're celebrating 100 years as a country. It's the 100th anniversary of Turkey as a country, as it stands now. So that's what all the fuss is about down here.
The streets of Gaziantep are paved with delectable goodies. All types of dried fruits, seeds, nuts, and spices, as well as fresh vegetables, Turkish ice cream, and all sorts of mouth-watering pastries. In case you needed a reminder, the Turks really can bake their asses off.
You see, there is delicious food everywhere on the streets here. I mean, as you can see behind me, there's food everywhere. It's amazing. Great, delicious local ingredients everywhere. Lamb? One? Lamb? Lamb? Yeah. Well, let's tuck into this lamb. That's really good. It's amazingly fresh. That's what they're known for here in Gaziantep or Antep, is having really fresh meat, I guess. Just because there's so much free-range stuff, everyone's got their own farm around here, is what I've been told. You can taste the freshness, it's excellent. Now, I love how they do these peppers. They're not super spicy, but they got a ton of flavor, and they grill them on the open fire. They add a really nice element to the meal. They do the tomatoes the same way. The tomatoes here, I guess it's, Mediterranean tomatoes, but they've got so much flavor. They really are excellent. Now, this is one of the things I love about Turkey here is it feels so old, as you can see with these old jugs, metal jugs and stuff like that. It's a very old world. It's one of the charming things about Turkey that I really enjoy when I come here. So they brought me some ayran, which is in this metal goblet, which is the only thing similar I've had would be like a plain yogurt lassi from India, but this is definitely thinner. It's got a more watery kind of texture to it, salty and sour, very nice. Well, another excellent meal in Turkey, and we got some tea on the way. Like always drinking tea in Turkey. very much. Bye-bye. Welcome to Gobekli Tepe, the world's oldest religious site, predating Stonehenge by more than 6,000 years. With more than 95% of the site yet to be excavated, it might be a little underwhelming on its face, but when taken into historical context, it was definitely a sight to behold.
I'm stumbling blind in the dark, trying to feel my way through it, but find that the higher I climb, the more inclined I feel to fulfill my desires. For better, for worse, I'm quenching my thirst. They not comprehending the verse, that's okay. I'll get plague on my flow alone, Toblerone of this overgrown spaceship called Earth. Live underground with a signature sound that'll ring you surround if you bring him to town. The singularity is coming, so don't sleep on it now. You dream in a cloud, so deep in the REM that you speaking aloud. Asleep in the den with your feet on the couch. Asleep in a tent where I freeze on the ground with a beast that'll soak on my trees in his mouth. Speak in my mind, that's what freedom's about. So I open my lips and proceeded to shout.
I thought matey was stopping for a piss. This was not the case. Turns out this sneaky Pete was off to pick peppers in the pepper patch. When in Rome, I suppose. A plentiful bounty.
Carcinogens in the air that we breathe, and it starts to wear thin when the arrogance reaches a pendulum swing. Sweating out ink while I'm stretched to the brink, but won't mention a thing.
Bak ben o çocukların hepsiye veriyorum oğlum diye mal etmiyor.
I'm lost in a lost city with a dusty cough. Lust is not allowed, so I scowl like the girls are not pretty. Wrapped in scarves, antiquated laws through a western lens. The rest depends on who's your next of kin. Take a walk with me round the stone pillars. The water's turquoise blue. The beauty's natural in style, no silicone fillers. Time froze for a minute as the sun posed above the cityscape. What a pretty shape, pity most won't get it. I see discontentment scrawled on the walls, a call for the fall of all involved with the fall of those we call family. As kids play by the graveyard, pretty safe odds. The circle of life will insert the knife, and those trying to play God. It's life. It's life. Man, if you ever want to feel like you've been transported to another land in another time, this is the place. It just feels super ancient here. Really cool. So I've stopped at the base of the castle here. Bottom of the mountain just for a nice little Turkish coffee. I love the little cups they come in. Very old world again. Part of the character of Turkey, in my opinion. And honestly, some of the best coffee I've ever had here in Turkey in general, everywhere. I'd put it up there with Vietnamese coffee culture. There's one slightly annoying thing. They don't strain out the coffee grains, so that can like get on your teeth, and it can be a little bit off-putting. But even though they serve water with the, like Americanos and stuff in other places, I think it's part of the reason they serve you water when they serve you the coffee is also to like wash those grains out of your mouth a little bit. But super strong, delicious coffee. I would say if you put sugar in your coffee, you deserve to be shot. And especially Turkish coffee. It should be served bitter with all the flavor. Lovely. After a quick flight back to Istanbul and a harrowing experience with the city's confusing public transportation system, I hooked back up with Cihat in the Sirkeci area for some goat, lamb, and Turkish yogurt. So what is this food here? What are we eating?
This is cihat kebabı. It's like a döner, but it's mostly goat and lamb.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we gotta give this a try. I love goat and lamb. You mean it's both? It's goat and lamb?
Yeah. Mostly they mix it together.
Okay. We'll try it without the yogurt or anything first. the bite that I just had was ridiculous. It was so good. It's because I had a big piece of fat on there. The fat is just amazing.
Yeah. And this is buffalo yogurt.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Anytime I get the chance for Turkish yogurt, I gotta take it. And then we were talking about this yesterday, but I hate how in the West we only use yogurt as a sweet ingredient, or we add sugar to the yogurt. Yogurt needs to be this flavor right here, like that tangy yogurt flavor.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And then I know this is what? Parsley, onions, and sumac? That's sumac, right?
Yes, that's sumac. How did you know?
Because I cook with sumac sometimes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's a nice dip. Oh, there is a little bit of spice too.
Never heard. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Not too much.
That's the maximum that I can take, by the way. That's my limitation.
So you were saying this dish is like special to the east of Istanbul or something like that?
No, it's of Turkey.
East of Turkey.
Yeah, Erzurum. It's based on Erzurum.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, other than that, they make it done like a horizontally, vertically, right? They make it like a vertically. They cook it vertically, but I don't know how it makes sense because there is fats in that, right? There is.
Right.
It's supposed to be go down, but I don't know. It tastes better than doner, right?
This is one of the best donairs that I've had for sure.
Yeah.
So it's got that that charcoal flavor on it.
Yeah.
I love that smoky meat kind of flavor that it's got.
And the culture of it is coming mostly with the skewer. Yeah, it always comes with it. It's interesting. They just stick the skewer and they just got it. Yeah.
Do you ever get that in the news? Like a man gets skewered at table or something like that? Like
No. Never heard. Yeah.
Okay.
With a full stomach and an open mind, it was time for a little culture. Next on the docket, the Grand Bazaar, the Blue Mosque, and the Hagia Sophia. Although we maintained levity throughout, the sheer craftsmanship and history of these sites demanded a certain reverence to be sure.
What about these hats?
Yeah.
Do you recognize that style?
Yeah. These are fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they would be more like just regular red ones.
Yeah.
In the real history. And if you are not living in 19th century or something like that, you wouldn't wear that in this time, yeah?
No, probably not. Well, actually, you see, I think I've seen people wearing that style of hat a little bit before,
Oh yeah?
like Muslim people.
Oh yeah, but they're putting some headscarves to their head too.
Yeah.
But it's not that stylish. Yeah. 100% original, my friend.
Jasmine tea. That guy's like, why you? I wasn't filming you, dude. I was trying to get the sign. Who are these guys? Do you know? You a historian at all?
Yeah, this is Atatürk, for sure. Do you know Atatürk?
No?
Founder of Turkey.
Okay, he's the founder of Turkey.
Yeah.
When was Turkey founded? You know? Like around when?
1932,
Okay.
1922.
Okay, so
23,
pretty
sorry.
recently.
Yeah.
Fairly recently then.
It's the 100th year.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And you know anything about these guys over here?
Yeah, these are the same. They're Atatürk,
Ah, okay.
Mustafa Kemal. Yeah.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Yeah. This one is more accurate though.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting mustache.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Pretty beautiful, actually.
And there are 6 towers in this Blue Mosque.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a kind of a flex to the Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia has 4.
It's funny, all the best architecture is to God. Like, I'm not obviously not religious, but it's like you can appreciate the architecture, and it's all like I guess the best inspiration is like is people building something for God usually. It seems like.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, is it really being built for God, or is it being built for like the egos of the people that say it's being built for God? You know what I mean?
That's the point. Yeah. There is many churches around the world, they're so magnificent as well. And I don't think they just say, "Oh, Jesus is my Lord," or yeah.
Some of them might though.
Some of them, yeah.
So
yeah.
it probably, it varies from like, you probably have like these really zealotrous, God-fearing individuals in some cases that like really are kind of like religiously fanatical and they get these things built, and then you have other cases that are just people that are more about power but using like the guise of religion to get it done by the people, you know?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I'm just gonna try the soup without anything and just see what the base taste is. It's very much just like the flavor of the stomach.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think that's why they give you all this extra stuff to add. How spicy is this? We'll find out, I guess.
It seems really
Probably
spicy.
quite spicy, so.
Yeah, it's too dense. The stomach flavor is too dense, yeah?
Yeah, you need the garlic and the chili. Yes, it's really nice with those other flavors in there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, my mom was doing it quite regularly, but this one tastes different, a little bit different. I mean, yeah, they chopped it too much, yeah? It was,
Oh, you think?
Yeah. And too much stomach too.
No, I really like it when you add the garlic and the chili and the lemon juice in there.
Yeah,
Because,
lemon is necessary.
but yeah, the main soup is very much just like, no, this is stomach soup. This is what it is, you know?
Yeah, you can taste it. Oh, okay.
These are similar things to what they were serving with the Palestinian food that I had.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this vegetable and then the small pickled.
It's quite common, this pickled
I love them.
peppers. Oh yeah?
Yeah. I bet this is good bread too. Good to dip in the soup. But yeah, for me, the base flavor of stomach, I'm not a huge fan of it. Like it's not but when you add all of these other flavors in with it, then it becomes like quite pleasant in the background, I think.
Yeah. If it's not the most dense flavor,
Yeah.
in the lower tones, it's real good. That's why I was talking about, because when my mom making it, it was like, it's too much. I mean, too much stomach for me because it's giving too much flavor of it.
And I like meals like this because, like, when am I going to have the chance to eat Turkish stomach soup again? Like, you're not going to find it in any other country probably, right?
And what's the difference between the ones you eat in the different countries?
This one is much more focused just on the stomach, but then you have all of these extra things on the outside. The ones in Asia and the one in Colombia have they just have a lot of different flavors in the actual soup itself. Yeah, where here the different flavors on the outside and you add them to the soup afterwards. Yeah. And the stomach is cut much smaller in this one.
Yeah, that's what
which I actually like.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I don't like the texture of like big chunks of stomach. They're like kind of like rubbery. So for me, it's nicer that it's cut smaller.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's hard to chew if it's bigger. But I think this is the way that this place doing it mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the World Cup?
No, I didn't watch.
Oh, he was a big scandal because when the team was celebrating with the trophy, he like came all cool and was grabbing the trophy and like taking pictures with it and shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What a
deal. It was like a big deal.
Piece of shit.
Good old Salt Bay. Speaking of bays, let's cross one back to the hotel for a little baklava. Okay, we've got some Turkish desserts here. I thought I'd bring them back to the hotel and give a more accurate representation of what actually happens here every night. Every night since I've been in Turkey, I've been coming back to the hotel and gorging myself after a big dinner on some Turkish desserts. So we've got baklava, And we've got Turkish Delight. You know what? Let's keep it all the way real here. I'm going to give you a more accurate representation of what actually happens every night. It's Turkish Delight. Now, at home we have like the Big Turk chocolate bars, which I actually liked growing up, but these kick the shit out of it. Sweet and tart. A little salty with the pistachios. A really tasty natural candy. I really like it. All right, we got baklava here. Let's try this one. I love baklava. They've got, it's like a buttery flavor from the pastry. Like the really good ones are quite buttery. They've got a sugar syrup that it's soaked in, and then it's with pistachio or walnuts. Now, this baklava is not the best I've ever had. I got it from one of the small shops, which can be hit or miss. I don't normally always recommend like the ritzy stuff, but if you go down the dreaded, like the big busy part of Taksim and you go to one of these fancy expensive ones, they actually have really good baklava. I had the best baklava from there, just really buttery tasting.
At the start of my Turkish journey, I revealed an aspiration to find the intangible trait that had me so hopelessly enchanted with this foreign land. 3.5 weeks later, and many kilometers traversed, I think I may have finally found the pulse. So I feel it's only appropriate that we finish where we started, in the epicenter of the essential encapsulation of Istanbul's dichotomous nature, Taksim, where the old meets the new, under the constant dark cloud of social media and our self-imposed bids inside this virtual house of mirrors, marked by the metallic mechanical members of Cook, Bezos, and Musk, Page, Dorsey, and Zuck. If it's true that most men live lives of quiet desperation, I'm feeling the sense of a worldwide wailing whisper, a yearning for some type of nostalgia. Myself, I'm also a realist, aware of my symbiotic relationship with the grid. I feel like Istanbul offers the best of both worlds, a modern metropolis with the medieval veneer, enough to get lost in the moment and transport back to a simpler time. Sip a cup of tea, breathe deep, forget the madness.